really got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to the latest episode of Boot to the Face, here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we are ready to talk. Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't find the mute button. Some pro wrestling. My God. Allergy season. Still, apparently. How you doing, EJ?
You know, just running around trying to get things done. You know, the show must go on. So hopefully I got my wrestling thoughts gathered together enough to give somewhat of a, decent show.
We got a lot to talk about. Some new deals in the world of TKO. We got some WWE Clash in Paris. Some AEW news. We got a lot going on, but anything new in the world of one EJ Reed over the weekend?
Man, these weekends been, especially during the summer, been going by so fast. They've all been a blur, but I just pretty much just sat around, kicked it, and did nothing. No adventures or nothing like that. How about yourself?
Well, I mean, you don't have kids, EJ, but summer's over with. Like my kids have already been back in school for 2 weeks.
Really? School's back that long now?
Yeah, they went back the first Friday in August, and then last week was their first week back. Imagine having to go back to school on a fucking Friday.
That's weird. I think I've been back to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays before, but I can never recall starting on a Friday. Maybe that's some new age shit.
I feel like we used to go back to school right around WCW Fall Brawl, which was right around Labor Day or whichever holiday is the first weekend in September. We used to go back to school the Tuesday after that holiday.
So I remember back in elementary school, we used to, it'd be September before we went back to school. But I remember as the years went on, we went back a little bit earlier, and I recall specifically one school year because it was we moved from Charleston to Columbia, so I was like making new friends and whatnot, and the way I connected with some of the new friends I made out there is the first thing we started talking about was wrestling because it was the Attitude Era, and I specifically remember me and my newly found friends debating who would win between Stone Cold and Undertaker at Highway to Hell. So, which means that was the 30th. Damn, I thought it was sooner than that. So, I guess we were back something like a week or two before then. So maybe mid-August, because I remember us debating hard like who would win that.
That's funny. I can remember in high school, Royal Rumble '98. is when I switched from being a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan to a fan of The Rock.
Rock had a good showing. He made top 3, top 2, something like that.
Yeah, he started out number 2 and went all the way to the end. And I remember being like, man, fuck Stone Cold. That shit was getting old real quick for me, what Stone Cold was doing.
He didn't even make the championship. He didn't win the belt at that point, and you were already over him.
No, he had been the champion already.
Not the WWF champion.
In '98,
the Rumble he won was the one. He won the Rumble and then beat Shawn Michaels for his first championship that year.
Is that the Rumble where him and The Rock were the final two?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The next year,
maybe it was '97 Royal Rumble.
The next year, Vince won it in '99.
And then Stone Cold won it again. Over him.
Yeah, he won. No, The Rock won it in 2000, and then Stone Cold won it in 2001.
Well,
remember The Rock in the Big Show? The Big Show with the stupid...
The Rumble where Rock and Stone Cold were the last two, that was the night I became a fan of The Rock. And I was just like... Because he was already, like, on the ascension. And I was like, I kind of liked it. And they were beefing over the Intercontinental title. And I was like, man, fuck, why is he always fighting The Rock? And I started liking The Rock throughout that feud. But when that Royal Rumble happened, I was like, shit, that's my guy. I fucking stopped wearing all my Austin 316 stuff. Got me a SmackDown Hotel t-shirt located right on the corner of Jabroni Drive and Know Your Role Boulevard.
SmackDown Hotel. Good times, good times.
I almost started singing just then. Well, shit,
yeah,
EJ, let's just fucking get into it, man. We got off to a late start. So, where do you want to go?
I mean, I guess we could talk about what was kind of all over the news lines and the feeds and whatnot. And, it was mixed, opinions about it as far as this new TKO, ESPN, WWE deal.
So... I'm not feeling it. One, I went from getting Peacock for free and watching PLEs with my internet. My internet gives me Peacock for free, so I don't have to pay for it. Now, I have to pay for ESPN Plus or whatever it's called. $30 a month? Nah. It's about to be football season 2. Just go and sign me up for $15 a month on... something else. Hopefully they'll have it on there though.
Yeah, I mean, all of these platforms are overhauling their current models. I know Fox got an app coming out, Fox One. ESPN is getting rid of ESPN Plus next month. They're with this new app, they're like bundling all of their like linear channels, like regular ESPN, so like instead of getting subscriptions like cable or something, you could just get it standalone if you want to watch ESPN, ESPN2, blah blah blah, this and that, and that's where they're throwing this WWE programming in. I get people. Yeah, go ahead.
I would have killed for this like 10 years ago when I actually liked ESPN, but they're so phony now. Like I used to love shows like NFL Live, NFL Primetime. There was another NFL show. I used to love them. But now, it seems like since Stephen A. Smith got in power there, they don't even vet. They posted a clip of the Cowboys. The Cowboys hadn't even been to practice yet. And they posted a Cowboys training camp touchdown from Dak Prescott to George Pickens because he was wearing number 3. It was fucking Brandon Cook from 2 years ago that somebody just posted on Twitter and they were joking around like, look at Dak and Pickens looking good together. And ESPN fucking posted it and did like segments about it. And then had to turn around and apologize and be like, oh, that's our bad. We didn't even realize the Cowboys haven't started practicing yet. Like, they are so low on the totem pole as far as sports news goes now. If I want anything about the NFL, I go to NFL Network. If I want the NBA, I go to NBA Network. If I want MLB, I go to MLB Network. I don't even go to ESPN anymore, which is crazy because I used to record Around the Horn and PTI. Like I would record those during the day when I would get home and I was winding down at night. That's what I would watch on DVR. Now, I don't know the last time I watched ESPN if it wasn't a basketball game or a football game. Like as far as their programming goes, I don't even watch ESPN anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they centered it, like you said, centered around like the Stephen A's of it all, and they're more centered around getting clickbait and talk debate. That's like the thing they're centering basically their whole brand around right now. So I get it. You're a more informed sports fan, so you like I don't want all of the fluff and the bullshit. Just give me the news and what I need. That's why you go to NFL Network, MLB, NBA. But most casual fans, they want to see this nonsense and just clickbait stuff. So I get why they're trying to shift their programming more towards like the Gen Z and the younger millennials, But
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But go ahead.
I'm an elder millennial.
Yeah.
I'm an unk millennial.
Yeah, that's our age group now, the unks. But so as far as, and it's confusing the way this is going to work with the new app and whatnot, because for some cable providers, they have it included. They have like a list of what's included. You don't have to pay. You can just use your login info, and some aren't. So, if I'm on a list that doesn't include it, so you're saying that I got Peacock was like $10 a month, $5 for like the lower tier.
Yeah.
If I'm a cord cutter, and I don't have a cable provider like on that list, and I'm a cord cutter, I'm gonna have to boost my shit like double it, like get that 29. So
Triple.
what? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't like that aspect of it. I have the bundle. I have the Disney Plus bundle, but they're getting rid of Hulu too. So I'm just gonna, I guess, roll it over to whatever new shit is, and just have it on my bundle, so it won't be that big of a deal for me. But for any other people, you see how the economy is. Like, I don't have the money right now to triple my price, so I could just get this ESPN app if I'm a cord cutter.
Just to watch W.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the thing that is pissing me off about WWE, and we've talked about it before, ever since they got sold to TKO Endeavor, it's just felt like a big money grab. The price of WrestleMania was fucking crazy. The price of Monday Night Raw when it came here to Atlanta was crazy. And now they signed this big deal. Now we got to pay $30 a month. Is it going to be as good as the network? The network was $9.99, man. Remember that shit? You could watch AWA, NWA, WCW, WWF, WWE, and you got the pay-per-views for $10 a month. It was fucking perfect. And they were giving you new programming. Like, they had a prank show they did. They had the fucking Legends House. Did you ever watch that? With like Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Mean Gene Okerlund. They had all these motherfuckers staying in the house like the real world. Like, it was good shit that was on there. Now it's like bare bones. You can't find shit on Peacock.
Yeah. I mean, I know when they originally got on Peacock, it's been 5 years already, which is crazy. They did like a rollout, like you said, they didn't have everything available right away, and I think still a few things are still missing. But I don't know. I just didn't like the the interface of Peacock as much as the WWE Network. I remember
the network was that shit. The network was top titty. It really was. It was before its time.
And I remember with the network, which they still don't have on Peacock, you could do the pinpoint on what part of the match you wanted to skip towards. That was how I was able to go back and watch the Nitros. Like, all right,
yeah,
fucking.
You pay for the network. You ain't gotta worry about commercials. Now on Peacock, oh, you don't want commercials? You gotta pay extra. Like, everything's a fucking money grab with them. And now you gotta pay $30 a month. You don't know how this rollout is gonna be, right? Just for the pay-per-views. Like, come on, bro. Enough already.
Yeah. And another thing that we haven't discussed yet, so that's just the pay-per-views. They're still shopping around the library. It may be a chance the library stays on Peacock. I'm hearing whispers that it might go to Netflix, the library, US-wise, because the international library is already on Netflix. So, but that hasn't been set in stone yet on where the library is going to go. So that's another thing that might be separate. That'd be crazy if Peacock is to keep that. And they don't know where NXT. They haven't shopped the NXT PLEs yet too. So
if you want Raw, you need Netflix. If you want SmackDown, you need cable, because that's on the USA Network. It doesn't come on Peacock for whatever reason, right? You want the PLEs, you're going to need ESPN. If you want NXT, you're going to need wherever they go. And then if you want all the old shit, you're going to need Peacock. That's 5 subscriptions for WWE programming.
Yeah, possibly. Like I said, I'm hoping that Netflix wins the bid for the library. That would make it a little bit more simple. But yeah, it's a possibility that could be.
Or you
5
just get you a
different bids.
VPN and get Netflix from Canada and you get everything.
Yeah, cause I accidentally did that the other day because I still had my VPN open for something else, and I had Netflix opened up. I'm like, SummerSlam was on there. What did SummerSlam get on Netflix? I'm like, oh shit, I still got my VPN up.
Yeah, we're going to have a private offline chat about how to set up a VPN because I'm not about to pay for all this shit.
But yeah, man. So when you first posted the news, I think you might have been the first person that sent it to me. I'm like, this makes sense because UFC's already there. So I heard whispers that WWE may going to be going to ESPN. But retroactively looking at it, I'm like, okay, so this is why they're going. WWE's going to ESPN because ESPN is losing UFC. So I guess they needed something, because news broke a couple days later. UFC is going to Paramount, and the pay-per-view model is pretty much up in smoke. I think the only sport still latching on is boxing because UFC is offering all of their events on Paramount for no cost, no more paying for pay-per-views. You just pay the monthly and you get all the events now.
So they're like the WWE network.
Yeah, so I guess that's the silver lining, except they're going to be on Paramount Plus.
So
it's just like what WWE is doing with Peacock.
AEW is going to have to get with it because Max just needs to go ahead and start, I don't know, raise it $3 to $5 a month and just put AEW pay-per-views on there. Because who the fuck's going to pay $50 a month now for AEW pay-per-views?
I forgot about AEW because I'm like, boxing is like the only one with pay-per-views left. But yeah, AEW, they're going to have to do something because earlier in the year they were talking about we're going to give a discount for the Max subscribers for pay-per-views. They might just need to blow it up all together now.
And speaking of boxing, you got the Sheik, the guy in charge of is it Saudi Arabia, the guy that does all the boxing fights?
Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah. He said pay-per-view is bullshit. We're not doing that shit no more.
He's been saying that for a while. So yeah, maybe boxing will follow suit, but you still got the old decrepit motherfuckers like not Al Heyman, Bob. He's top ranked. He's top ranked promoter. He's like literally 90. Nah, it's not Bob Costas. But he's probably like one of the people that are probably going to try to hold on to that old model. But I don't know. Like, people don't want to pay all of that for just the one-off events and whatnot.
Yeah. And then Triple H is giving you 5 fucking matches. And the main event doesn't even get a finish because he can't book. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, Bob Arum, that's the name I was thinking of, literally like 90. But yeah, like for five events, like you said, for 5 match pay-per-views. I mean, that's slick though, because even though you are playing with $29.99, you getting all this other stuff, so that'll be like one way they try to justify it.
But you don't know if you're getting that. You just said the library might stay on Peacock.
I didn't mean WWE content. You just get all the other sports, but like a lot of WWE fans aren't even like stick and ball sports fans. So I don't know. So better become a fan of Caitlin Clark or Steph Curry if you're paying $29.99.
They're too busy throwing dildos at Caitlin Clark,
which is ridiculous. But that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just WWE is just turning me off more and more. And like, I like the wrestlers. I just don't like I don't like WWE anymore. I like the wrestlers. Like, I'm a Jey Uso guy, right? I'm a Becky Lynch guy, Bianca Belair, Love me some Bianca. Love Naomi, who we'll gotta talk about later. Right? Love all the people in NXT. WWE, man, fuck them. Fuck Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, piece of shit, by the way. Everybody tries to act like he's so great. Nah, he's a cocksucker. Triple H sucks. This fucking guy can't book his way out of anything. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a main event, and I'm not gonna have a finish to it, and then I'm gonna make that turn into a multi-person match because I ain't got the balls to make somebody lose one-on-one. Stop me if you heard it before. Bullshit main event, non-finish, multi-person match, rinse, repeat for next month. Pay me $30 a month. For what?
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the B-list pay-per-views, and they've been doing the cheat code with those. They'll have like all of the B-list overseas where you just got raucous fans who just like to see wrestling. So it's kind of like a mirage where I think you're getting this awesome event. Like you said, usually nothing of substance happens on those events. So I don't know, man. So like you said, you like the wrestlers. What happens if, well, not if, once these wrestlers, like your favorites, start, going part-time or start retiring in the next 20, 15 years, and some of these ID people who they're getting out of these colleges are like just cookie cutter and you're not really into them, you think your fandom just will eventually go away? Just you don't like the company right now. You're just like a wrestler.
I'm literally scrolling right now looking for something that we were going to talk about, and I see a video of Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice. I watch NXT for the plot, and then it says the plot, and it's got them booty bumping together backstage. I don't think I'll ever get tired of NXT.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll take it. I'll take it 5 years at a time to see how things start to shake out.
I'm about to tag you in this so you can see it.
I don't know, man. It's, of course, the women are cooking right now, but I'm not too thrilled with what's going on with the men's divisions, and we could probably talk about a whole subject. Of course, Trick, Oba, but outside of that, like Ricky Starks, people were talking about how what's his face dropped the ball. I barely see him. They were talking about how Tony fumbled and all of this earlier in the year. I barely see him. All ego, he's okay, but they're older. So as far as this new generation, besides Trick, and he's not even that young. He's in his 30s now. Oba's still pretty young. I don't know, man.
Oba the Hill.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, the men's division isn't that great, but the women's division is what's keeping NXT alive. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. Women's wrestling is better than men's wrestling most of the time. You heard fucking Big Nose on Unreal. The women get it.
I only watched like one episode, so I'm going off with what you tell me.
He's so fake. He's like, he did this whole thing to be like, he pulled one of his writers aside and he's like, the women are just so much better at the story and they're so much more over and it takes the guys like 17 times to do. But then he doesn't book them correctly.
As far as, I mean, what is he booking correctly though?
Touche, my nigga, touche.
So, I don't know, man. I got a feeling, I mean, the company is no longer in his family's name, so it could be a point where they can him. But I don't have faith of who takes over for him, though. So.
I wish The Rock had time to book.
How do we even know he could book?
He can't be worse than Triple H. He already said he'd do it differently. Let's stick with NXT because I got something to say. I took notes last week watching NXT, and my first note: Blake Monroe ain't it.
And what aspect?
All of it. I think WWE hired Stephanie Vaquer because she had a great match with Mercedes Moné at a pay-per-view. Turns out Stephanie Vaquer doesn't need a character. She doesn't need any of that. She can just go in the ring. WWE hired Blake Monroe / Mariah May on her program with Toni Storm. Turns out, without Toni Storm, because let's be real, Mariah May wasn't that good in the ring. She wasn't bad, but she wasn't like knock your socks off good like Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky and even Julia, right? She was just okay. In AEW, she didn't have a leash on like she does now. And now she just feels like the female version of Lex Luger when he came to WWE. The narcissist. She looks in the mirror, she talks about how good she looks, and then the bell rings, and it's not what we remember. She's not doing female death matches against Toni Storm. To me, I'm sure it's a childhood dream of her to be in WWE. I'm sure she's making more money. Actually, that's not true. Reports are she took less money. I'm sure she will be making more money when she gets to the main roster. But Blake Monroe in NXT is not working for me.
Yeah, I mean, even when she gets on the main roster, I don't know exactly the numbers of these people over in each company, but from what the reports are, Moxley and Omega and those guys are making 3 to 4 million. Besides, like Roman, I don't know anybody in WWE making more than that. So who knows if she even get paid on the main roster? But I digress. But so we talked about this back when she was still in AEW, how everything outside of the Toni Storm kind of fell flat, and she kind of fell in the background when Toni was gone, and she did her like little singles run, and she faced like Statlander and a few other people, Willow or a few other people like that, and it wasn't really hitting like that. So I'm with you on that, but we know sometimes it's a lot of sizzle and less stake as far as like main roster. I'm not saying that she will necessarily fail when she gets on the main roster, because we know what the internet fans like to fall for sometimes. So she just might just swag her way through it and vibe her way through it. It still might be popular when she gets on the main roster. But right now, it's middle of the road right now. I don't see a lot of fanfare, but I'm not in the weeds of online social media. I don't know what the temperature check is for her online right now. You might be more knowledgeable on that part.
I don't see any scuttlebutt about her online, besides people thinking she's hot.
So, I don't know. I don't know until she gets up to the main roster whether it was the right choice. I always say the grass ain't greener on the other side. I feel like she may have jumped ship a little bit prematurely before she really got to, get her exercise in really. And really, she was there for like a year, not even like a full year, I want to say. Because she had the match. Okay, it may have been a full year, because she had the match at last year's All In with Toni, and she was like her little shadow before that, before things exploded. So I don't know, man. Yeah, right now I'm with you, but I'm still waiting to see what happens in the future.
Other thing going on down in NXT, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. Woof. This is gonna be such a hard hitting Lash Legend, man. I feel like she's been on the precipice of not only getting to the main roster, but like getting a big push too. It feels like for 2 years. Pull the trigger already. Skirt. I don't know. For some reason, Lash Legend, she looks the part. For some reason, something with her hasn't clicked with me. I don't know why. Maybe because, like you said, they're not giving her enough time, or
I don't know, something's holding them back from pulling the trigger, but I don't know. Just give me something where I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, when like Naomi came out with the rebrand with the caution tape and proceed with caution. Give me something I can latch onto, and right now I'm not seeing it with Lash right now. But they gave her a good outing during Evolution, where what was she, like top 2 in the battle royal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they have something planned with her, but I just don't know what. And like you said, they're giving her something with Naya. Just 2 big powerhouses going out there, going at it. Have they set the match yet for that?
It's tonight.
That's tonight.
That's what
so
from what I watched last week, it was tonight.
Okay, so time to show and prove. I'm surprised they hadn't gave her like a North American title run.
Yeah.
Who is the champion right? Oh yeah. What's her name? Soul Ruka. She's a good champion.
Yeah, don't do my girl like that. I've become a big Soul Ruka fan over the past couple months. There's a girl that goes to my gym.
I'm a fan of Soul. That looks like her.
Yeah. Every time she walks by me, I'm like I have to do a double take. I know it's the same girl. I know it's not Soul Ruka, clearly. Like, it's Wednesday morning. NXT was in Orlando last night. I'm in Atlanta. But this chick really looks like Soul Ruka.
Might be her kin.
Could be. They're built the exact same. She dresses just like her. Does some weird ass workouts like what Soul Ruka and Zarya be doing. Zarya, man, what? She came in with such pomp and circumstance, and they haven't done shit with her.
Yeah, and I understand the slow burn. They're moving towards probably her and Soul feuding, but it's a super slow burn. I don't know. I feel like she would have been up there with Jordan Grace and for JC Jane is throwing everything off with like the hierarchy right now.
I'm not talking about JC Jane.
Why not?
I got nothing good to say. My mom said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut the fuck up.
And then like TNA is kind of in a weird place where 2 weeks in a row they had DQ finishes with the title matches with JC Jane. I don't know, like they like protecting her in this weird way. I'm sure it all
She's the champ.
Come around at Bound for Glory. I'm sure it all come around, but you still got a couple months before that happens. So I don't know.
Other thing with NXT, I like Oba, but Trick needs that title. Oba just hasn't hit as a champion.
Well, it's kind of hard to book as a monster, and they kind of have him as a tweener. Is it like a monster champion if you're trying to kind of be like a baby face kind of? If you're going to be a monster like that, you just got to be ruthless and just destroying everything. Because he struggled with like, what's the guy named? Oman, whatever? Yuma? Asian guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's struggling with him. He's messing around with Brooks Jensen, or is it Brooks Jensen?
Yeah.
I always mix the other his partner up. Brooks and I can't remember, man. These
Brooks and Dunn.
NXT people. Yeah, Brooks and isn't that a country group name?
Boot Scoot and Boogie.
Brooks, well, whatever. Maybe it's just a lack of opponents for Oba right now.
You got TNA though.
I don't think really.
Use some TNA guys.
Yeah, but then what does that do if he's beating up Santana and Joe Hendry and those guys?
You don't have to use them. Use like fucking. Use the not the Vision. What's them boys' name with drunk ass Alicia Edwards?
Oh, the system.
Yeah, use the system. Brian Myers, what the fuck is he gonna do? Let him come out and get powerbombed by Oba.
You could bring in Dolph, have him beat up Dolph.
Right.
I would enjoy that. Yeah, you could bring in some TNA guys, but You can't just sacrifice their whole roster just to make Oba look good.
Why not? We're gonna sacrifice Trick to get Mike Santana over.
Well, I don't know. It still comes to show they just need better booking in the men's division. You you have Oba, the champion, and we don't talk about how big of a hit them calling up those people. Sometimes it's not, all cracked up what it seems. These call ups, losing Melo was a big hit. Losing Dragunov was a big hit. Even losing Grayson Waller, that was a big hit. Like, these guys could have been still cooking at NXT. You just have them on the main roster not doing shit, really. Tyler Bate, even the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, like, all these guys could probably be in it. NXT, imagine how bolstered of a division if you had those guys down there. But instead, you have them on the main roster not doing shit. So, I don't know. Triple H and Shawn Michaels need to get in sync. Nasty work, man.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the next topics. Karrion Kross. Let's talk about him for a split second. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because I don't see the appeal. Apparently, he's... That sound rude?
A little bit. I feel like this is the talk of the wrestling world right now.
Is it, though?
Every online post I'm seeing, all of the shows I listen to, this has been the lead. So I know you weren't a Cross fan, but I figure we still got to touch on it.
When did Karrion Kross become such a fucking superstar?
I don't know, man. It's like sometimes things catch on, like off the show. Like they'll do like a organic bluegrass route. I don't know why people latch on this way sometimes, but I know he does a lot of his own footage behind the scenes and cuts promos online and whatnot, and fans have been clamoring to see him on screen, but I don't know. Sometimes
and then the bell rings.
Just he had a match at SummerSlam that nobody's really talking about, and the one in Saudi Arabia with and Sammy's like one of the best in-ring guys in the company. So, but I mean, you can't knock somebody who, gets fanfare and the fans behind him, and he's been able to boost his name up.
Yes, I can. I've been talking shit about CM Punk for 10 years.
And even with the shit talker, fans have been chanting his name the past 10 years for some reason. Like you said, sometimes you can't explain why. You already named the reasons why CM Punk's a piece of shit, and fans keep cheering him. So it is what it is, right?
I just don't get the Karrion Kross thing. I don't get the groundswell of support. And he got let go because he doesn't like how he's getting booked. And he got let go. So now you can go back to TNA, who made you the world champion, or you can go to AEW, who probably give you the freedom. What are you crying about?
Well, I heard his contract expired and he didn't sign a new one. I heard he didn't get released.
However,
they moved him to the alumni section.
Like, you were complaining about Creative in your video. Creative won't let me score. They just want me to get on second. Somebody else to bat me in. Okay, well now you got the freedom to go score all you want. And people are like, no, come back to WWE. For what? If y'all like him so much, why would you want him to come back to WWE? He's not going to get on TV there. And he was a quote-unquote Triple H guy. And even the guy in charge pulling for him couldn't justify putting him on TV. So if you're a fan of Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, you shouldn't want him in WWE. You should want him somewhere where he's actually going to be on TV. Am I crazy?
I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked out too well for him at AEW. I think his best route, if this is what's going on for real, is to go on the Indies and do what Matt Cardona is doing, or go to Japan. They love like monster heels, quote unquote, like him in Japan. I think he'd get buried in the shuffle at AW, or like you said, maybe he'd go back to TNA. But there's rumblings that this might be some elaborate work, and he's already signed a deal behind the scenes. And because he's a guy, a storyline, intricate guy. I heard him on a couple podcasts where he said he likes blurring the lines between work and shoots. So they moved him to alumni section. What if this is some type of elaborate work? We just saw the
But
whole
who
set thing go down.
cares? He's not. He ain't even R-Truth.
Man, look, I forgot to even put that on the topics. We need to talk about that a little bit. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. He just is the right place at the right time, and not a whole lot besides the ESPN thing is going on in the news. So he's been a talking point right now.
Another talking point. We were supposed to have a world title match last night. Naomi versus Io Sky. Naomi got a mystery injury taken off, and rumors are afoot. I'm going to read you a quote from... Is Brian Alvarez that posted this? Let's see. Per PWI Insider, Naomi was backstage at WWE Raw in Quebec earlier in the day, so her match being pulled was not a case of her not making it to the taping. Whatever the reason was, it was very much kept quiet from other talents. That's not the quote I was looking for. I'm sorry. Fucking X refreshes when I don't want it to. Twitter, should I say?
Fucking Elon.
Yeah, this fucking guy. How about you get out there and stop that goddamn alien spaceship that's coming towards us and quit worrying about... Anyway. We got 115 days left before we get invaded by aliens, apparently. Goddamn, I can't find it now.
Send Will Smith out there. He'll know what to do.
There's rumors that she might be with child.
Yeah, I just saw that not too long before the show started. If that's the case, how much of a... I don't want to say, because, everybody... Childbirth is a miracle, and I'm sure if that's the case, then her and Jimmy probably been trying, but she's been cooking, so that would kind of be
such a bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing. Last time it happened when somebody hot was with Becky, but even Becky already got a WrestleMania moment at that point, the year prior, because her pregnancy, she announced it during the pandemic, didn't she?
Yeah.
Becky
she had already won the title at WrestleMania and then defended it against Cena.
Yeah, already main evented New York the year before with Ronda and Charlotte. So, yeah, like if that's the case, of course, like I said, congratulations to her and Jimmy. But man,
well, I mean, we don't know. That's
job,
just a rumor. I don't want to talk about it like it's factual. The truth is, nobody knows what's happening. Like, there was rumors going around that she didn't want to lose to Io Sky and walked out again. Like, there's so many rumors going around, and the fact is nobody's reported anything.
What a lazy rumor to put out there. She didn't want to lose to Io Sky. She's a professional. Like, the whole situation with her and Mercedes, that was like a whole different situation. It was Vince being a slime ball. I think she's a professional enough where if she had to lose, she just wouldn't walk out like that. So it's just people making shit up. But I don't know. I don't like. Hopefully that's the one that's definitely not true. But if the pregnancy one is true, like you said, that'd be bad timing. Like you said, who knows? They said she's walking around backstage. And who are the assholes that's leaking it out to these dirt sheets? Like, are these like the third, like the janitor or somebody like low down the totem pole who's just overhearing shit and is leaking it to Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp and whatnot? Like, who are these assholes? But I don't know, man. Like, it was weird because wasn't it supposed to be a title match on Raw?
Yeah, it's supposed to be last night, the Women's World Championship. I've said for the longest, I think WWE should do what the mob used to do. They should take everybody in their inner circle and tell them all a different story. And the one that got leaked, they should fire that motherfucker. So if I tell you Naomi's pregnant, and then I tell this guy Naomi walked out, and then I tell this guy that Naomi's got an injury, whichever story gets leaked, I'm firing that guy. Because I only told you that part of the story.
I think it would have to be a little bit more specific, and then you'd have to see that story come out from a specific journalist. It couldn't be like a Twitter rumor. It'd have to be like Dave Meltzer reports that somebody in WWE told him this thing specifically. Then you could definitely pinpoint it.
But if I only told you, and then that's what got leaked, that's clearly you leaking it.
But anybody could leak a pregnancy story, and then I didn't tell anybody.
I'm using that as an example, EJ. I'm just saying if I have my circle of people and I tell every one of them a different storyline or a different rumor, and then that rumor gets leaked, that's the leak right there. And then I get rid of them to set an example for everybody else. Close your fucking mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would work. You said it have to be like some specific storyline, like you said. I know you're just using pregnancy as an example. But, I mean, you don't think they probably tried this method in the past?
No.
Leaking stories on purpose? So we'd like, because I remember us talking about this on a previous show. We're the first to like actually come up with this idea. It can't be. They probably have tried to do something like that. Or maybe they haven't. Maybe all of them are just idiots. Maybe
Triple H, an idiot? Nah.
Even before like the Vince era, like they could have did something like that because these dirt sheets been around for 20 plus years. Where the internet really ramped it up. But yeah, man, I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay with her. Maybe something minor.
Yeah,
we never know.
I hope so. If it is a pregnancy thing, congratulations to them. Like, whatever. You get time off work. The timing isn't the best, but congratulations. Because I remember back during the Total Diva stuff, they were talking about this, right? If it's an injury, that sucks, and I hope it's not as serious as it is. If it's backstage heat or whatever, that sucks too, because this is the best Naomi's ever been portrayed in WWE. She's been champion multiple times, but she's never been like focused on like she is now. She's got a storyline to dig her teeth into. She's sunk into a character. She made the character believable. And even as a heel, the people like her more now than they probably did when she was feeling the glow. So it just sucks all around. Like, hopefully it's nothing serious and maybe she just had the fucking flu and everybody's blowing it out of proportion. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I guess we won't find out until next week Raw. If she's not out on there, then we're like, okay, something major might be happening. But it's just stupid people just leaking stories that may not be true or not, speculating, not just letting it breathe for a little bit. But that's just how the way the wrestling world works. What happened?
I was just scrolling through my notes again and I see Stokely Hathaway. You think I don't know how to fight? I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes. I've been fighting all my life.
Hey, at least he's not sugarcoating. He's telling how it is. A lot of people like lying on there. on their conquest and whatnot. He was telling like he said he don't get no hoes, man. It be like that sometimes.
I'm short and bald.
Yeah, but obviously he don't have the juice to get girls.
Stokely got hoes. Monday Night Raw, you have issues between CM Punk, LA Knight, and Seth Rollins. Some kind of way Jey Uso gets thrown into the mix. Roman Reigns got taken out last week by 4 tsunamis by the Shula Fala, the tribal thief. What do we see happening here? Because I'll tell you this. The poster for Clash in Paris is a picture of Roman Reigns, but he's not in the world title picture. Is he just going to fight Bronson Reed one-on-one?
I didn't even think about that. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Bronson Reed walking around with that Ulafala. I thought this might have probably been a
Shulafala.
Yeah, Shulafala. The shoes tied around like he's in the 80s stealing people's Jordans. But yeah, I didn't even think about that possibility of Roman even showing up to Paris. But
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's the route.
He's the main poster.
Yeah, I've seen posters with wrestlers that don't show up before.
Could you imagine
recently
in Paris they put Roman Reigns on the poster and you go out and buy that fucking high ass ticket and then he's not even on the show?
I don't put it past them. And it might be an alternative poster out there too. But I mean, that's the only route it seems like it could go right now. And that'd be a good look for Bronson Reed, even though he's not winning. So I wouldn't be mad at that.
So, walk with me. Talk with me. Roman Reigns on the poster. Doesn't have a match. Hates Seth Rollins. Fatal 4-way. No disqualification. What if Roman Reigns costs Seth Rollins the world title and helps Jey Uso win the belt back?
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't either, but just it's possible.
But anything is possible technically. It's possible that we have flying cars next year, but I don't think that'll happen.
I think Jey Uso winning the world title is way more realistic than a flying fucking car, EJ.
One thing, but I will say though, I'm glad Jay is back in the title scene because I thought they would have left him out of the title scene for a lot longer. So it's good that he's getting back in the title scene. But I just think this is lazy booking. Just to throw this fatal 4-way match out there. It's happening at Paris. We know Seth is not losing the title this soon. So why are we even doing this?
Do we?
Yeah, Seth is not losing the title this soon.
Why? Jey Uso had the title 51 days. Gunther had it for 62 days. CM Punk had it for 5 minutes.
Because we know how the story goes. Seth is. I know. It kind of contradicts myself because we thought Karrion Kross was a Triple H guy, but Seth is clearly a Triple H guy, and we don't really even see title changes in 3-way, 4-way matches like that. Anyway, this is just a way to. It's filler. We see this before over and over again, and we're gonna come back here the next Monday. Why are we having these PLEs when nothing happens? That's exactly what's gonna happen. There's no evidence. Besides that, the one thing they had, it was Jay's expense and detriment is we saw that random title change with him and Gunther on Raw. That's like the most shock we've gotten in the past.
Libra Swag says the Jetsons said we'd have flying cars. Not happening anytime soon.
We do have flying cars. I'm talking about like mass marketed.
Where we got flying cars at, EJ?
If you go on YouTube, they got flying cars. on there, like real ones. Like I'm not even joking. It's flying cars out there, but
Nigga, please. We ain't got no fucking flying cars anywhere.
yeah, it's like it's prototypes, but I'll send you the link. But they're not gonna. You don't think that's gonna be mass market anytime? People can barely drive on ground. I don't think we would trust just regular consumers with flying cars.
It's like
I wouldn't
iRobot.
even drive that.
We're gonna let the computers fly the cars.
Maybe, but think about how many times cars break down on the ground. Imagine cars dropping out of the air when they have malfunctions. So that's why I don't see it happening anything.
Do airplanes just drop out of the sky?
Yeah.
No, they don't. Airplanes don't just fall out of the sky.
They've had videos lately where these planes have been doing nosedives. Luckily, they've been able to get them back, you know. But this is what like.
And it just so happens somebody's out there filming these planes.
The footage. This just happened with like I think it was a Delta flight where the plane took a nosedive.
Don't talk about Delta like that.
Yeah, it was either Delta or American. It was a big airline.
I'm flying Delta this weekend. You scaring the shit out of me. You already know I'm timid as fuck when it comes to flying, EJ. Stop it.
Hey, you wanted me to tell you about it.
No, I didn't. I wanted you to move past it. I wanted you to be like, you're right, Rucker. Planes don't fall out of the sky. But no, you had to fucking keep going.
But I digress. We're not going to see a title change. I don't think if Roman could give his cousin the title back in a storyline, in the sense of the storyline, but I don't see that happening. I feel like Roman probably wanted it for himself if he was gonna insert himself into the whole world title seed. I don't think he would just want to give it back to Jay.
I don't think Roman wants the world title. I think Roman wants the other title.
The one that Cody has?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah,
possible.
Man.
I don't see a storyline right now where he would go back to SmackDown. I mean, he could ease his way back and insert himself back with his family, because whatever's going on with that right now, they popped up on Raw to get Sammy. I feel like everything's all over the place when it comes to certain things.
Well, you brought up Cody. Let's talk about him. He got his face kicked in this past Friday by Drew McIntyre. Clearly, Drew is going to be Cody's next feud. You know what I hate about this?
What's that?
I would love if Drew was Cody's like fourth feud. Cause he's not going to win the title now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I don't like about this. His being his first feud, we know Drew's not going to win. And as much as Drew's been doing as far as good character work, good matches outside of the title scene, and he's been able to keep himself relevant. This is how you treat him? This is how you repay him? Being food to Cody?
Sacrificial lamb.
Nasty, man. I don't get it. I feel like Logan Paul, instead of Logan Paul, Cena, Logan Paul would have been a good first opponent for Cody. Did they run that already?
No.
I know Logan challenged Roman. I'm thinking of his title matches so far. He did Roman and he did Jay.
He's been U.S. champ,
right?
He was U.S. champ,
I was thinking
he fought with L.A. Knight.
Yeah, I was thinking more so the world title challenges he's had so far. It's been Roman and Jay, though, right? That's it?
Yep.
Yeah, why not have him and Cody go first instead of throwing Drew out there? Or even Cody and Randy. Have Cody and Randy done anything yet?
Nah. Did they fight in King of the Ring?
Yeah, it was King of the Ring. Final. It was the final. Well, you could easily heat that up by turning Randy heel. But like, I taught you everything you know, and you still ain't got me my title shot. I've been asking you for when you had your first go round. Either way, I don't like Drew being thrown in there so quickly. I feel like he's probably one of your biggest heels on SmackDown right now. If I'm
The
thinking off
only
the top
big
of my
heel.
head. Who?
The only big heel besides Logan Paul.
Oh, the only big heel. Yeah, well, you did that bullshit fast face turn with Cena. I still it's aging like milk now that I think about it. It
That's
makes
your
me
boy
mad.
Triple H, man.
So
Even
yeah,
if plans got washed away with The Rock, you couldn't do a better turn than having Cena just come out and be like, you know what, Cody, you're right. My bad. Everybody, hey, I didn't really want to ruin wrestling. I was just bullshitting everybody. I don't hate y'all. You can dress like me if you want to. Buy all my shit. Everything that he went out of his way to talk about the fans for the past 3 months, he just went back on it. And everybody's like, it's cool, Cena. No biggie.
or even like a small tweak, it might have been not the most exciting thing to do, but it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You could it's a street fight. It's like naturally heel versus face. Run the match like that. After the match, you earn my respect, handshake, and then you could have brought your fucking boy Brock back. That would have made more sense of him just going out there on SmackDown and just shitting on The Rock and Travis Scott and everything didn't matter.
Or do you want to use Brock? Have Brock attack R-Truth. And he's just beating the fuck out of R-Truth. And Cena standing there watching it after a match.
Oh, don't even get me started on R-Truth. Because on SmackDown, they just retconned everything. And, oh, no, that wasn't me. That was you that turned heel. And now they have Truth as a comedy heel again. What was the point of all of this groundswell of Truth and I'm Ron Killings now, even though I don't officially put my name as it, but I cut my hair and now he's back to comedy?
But even as just off the top of my head, you want Cena to go back face? Have Brock attack R-Truth and Cena have to come help him and snap out of it. Have anything like that. Don't just have a segment where he comes out on the microphone's like, you're right. I was just bullshitting the last 3. Me kicking you in the nuts and taking the title from you at WrestleMania? Man, that was me faking. I ain't mean that shit, dog. Let's fight fair and square in a street fight. This is awful by Triple H. Awful. He needs to be arrested.
Yeah. I don't know. I know he's at the top of the food chain. He clears all these storylines, but like, what's the point of what do they have all these writers for? What's the point of them having them if Triple H is overriding them? Then don't fire all the writers. Just have Triple H do it by himself if he's overriding them. But if they're coming up with these ideas and he's clearing them, then he needs better writers. Something's got to give, though.
Tragic.
Something's got to give. I don't know. So, is Truth just a comedy for sure, or you think they just might have just been a segment, a one-off segment? And he still does his.
No, he's back to being shucking and jiving.
That's some bullshit, man. He should have just did the indies then. If this was going, they just wanted to basically keep away from other companies by rehiring them.
Speaking of
nasty work, man.
Black people that don't shuck and jive, the Hurt Syndicate. Rumor has it they have heat backstage. Because contrary to popular belief, people think that teams like the Young Bucks should be able to beat the Hurt Syndicate. And they said, nah.
I don't know. I hate this. The dirt sheets, like, we don't even know what's true and what's not. But they shouldn't be losing to the Young Bucks. I'm biased though. I don't like those guys.
It ain't about
so that's why I don't want them to win. But
aesthetically, If you put the Young Bucks next to the Hurt Syndicate, there's no way people that don't watch wrestling could tune into wrestling and say, oh yeah, them two little guys could beat those two big motherfuckers. And then you watch the match and you see them Greco-Roman throwing motherfuckers over their head, and the Young Bucks doing all their flips and shit could beat them. Come on, man. Let's be real.
That's kind of the problem that you kind of have when you have just two monsters like Shelton and Bobby who can't really beat them that you could believe can beat them right now. Nobody really. Bring back Wardlow.
I'm sure you could come up with a team, but it ain't the Young Bucks. It definitely ain't FTR.
I mean, those guys don't need to beat the Hurt Syndicate. They've already been there, done that. Like, what does that do for anybody? Those teams beating them. But what the rumor is I've heard multiple things. I heard they want to lose to a team like Private Party or the Outrunners, but there's also a rumor that he don't like Speedball Mike Bailey, and I don't know if you saw the IG. They basically kind of squashed that rumor. He came up to Mike Bailey backstage. He was like, "Fuck you, Mike Bailey."
Yeah, I reposted that on Twitter.
And Mike Bailey said, "Fuck you, MVP." Just all in his gentle Canadian. You can't even take that "fuck you" seriously. Like, the Canadians are just too nice. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe as far as these rumors. I don't believe any of them because MVP is a professional. And of course, it's probably like storylines that he's throwing out to suggestions, but I don't see him just putting his dick on the table, so to speak. And at the end of the day, it's still Tony Khan's company.
I feel like they should put their dick on the table, though, as the Hurt Syndicate. Like, look at these motherfuckers compared to everybody else in AEW. They look like stars. They come off like stars. They're supposed to be heels. They come out and the whole crowd is chanting, "We hurt people." And then the bell rings. And they destroy motherfuckers. You should be pushing. Bobby Lashley should be your world heavyweight champion. I wouldn't have a problem if Shelton Benjamin was your world heavyweight champion. They hurt people.
I think we'll get Bobby in the world title scene, especially if MJF cashes in. But we'll get there. But yeah, I think they've been in the business long enough where, of course, you want to get their input. But I don't just see them holding the titles for hostage. They want to do something that makes sense. I can't speak for them, but that's just what I think. They want to do something that makes sense and puts over the next team. So we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. But like you said, they're a force to be reckoned with. You got to do something that makes sense, and you got to build it up. So I guess we'll see what happens once this tournament culminates tomorrow. But I don't like mishmash teams too. So if Bandito, and Brody King win it, like, I don't know. I don't see them taking it off of them. Brody King is, he's a force. And he's kind of been underpushed, but the Bandito pairing is random. We know Buddy is on the shelf right now. Hopefully he heals up soon. But I don't know, man.
I'm with you. I don't know. I don't think the Hurt Syndicate should ever lose the titles. They should whoop so much ass that Tony Khan makes them forfeit the titles.
I mean, I haven't seen a team forfeit the titles like that in a while. So, I don't know. Maybe this will be the first.
We're not going to do power rankings this week, EJ, but we are going to do Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week.
Okay.
Do you have a nomination?
I do not. So I'll let you go first.
Well, my nomination was between two people. And I'm not even going to tell you who the second person was, although she deserves mention. I'm going to go with Fallon Henley this week on NXT. She's rocking a little black dress, cowboy boots. Looking only as she could look, as Ric Flair used to say.
What Ric Flair used to say?
Looking only as I could look. That's what he used to say.
Oh, that was a catchphrase? I didn't realize that was a catchphrase. Shout out to Fallon Henley.
Multiple time winner, Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week.
I don't understand why she's not the focal point of that group.
You mean the champ?
And it's JC. It's the focal point. You could say that because JC Jane's the champ, but I feel like they put JC Jane. I feel like Fallon was the focal point in the beginning because she was the North American champ, and they like slowly shifted the role for some reason. I don't know why, but she needs to go back. I don't know. I guess when in doubt, go with Seth as Street Clothes the rest of the week. I have Seth Rollins as Street Clothes the rest of the week. He had an outrageous outfit backstage again. He didn't come out towards until the end when they destroyed everybody. The Vision. They finally got a name, which I was harping on, but it's still Seth and the lackeys. They don't have any music, no coordinated outfits. It's just Seth out there doing what he wants. So
it's the Vision.
Seth Rollins, Street Clothes rest. Yeah, the Vision.
I had Lola Vice also.
Oh, yeah? I thought you said you weren't going to say who the other one was.
I know, but she deserved to be mentioned. You know, if you want to find a Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week, just watch NXT.
And there you have it.
I think we hit all the topics, EJ. You got anything else you want to hit before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Like you said, pretty much hit everything. But shout out to everybody who got in the chat this week. And make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Let's run those numbers up and follow us on TikTok, Twitter, all of that good stuff.
I've read Libra Sag as Libra Swag for the past 3 years in YouTube. I never realized there wasn't a W there. Libra Sag is Sagittarius.
Really?
I've always thought it said Libra Swag. I don't know why. Wow. I'm stupid.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. You just had a light bulb moment.
It was years, though. I've been reading Libra Swag for years. Since 80 Proof. That's funny.
That ghost W will get you every time.
The W silent.
There you go.
There are unverified rumors that Naomi could be pregnant after Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio mentioned that Naomi could be out for a long time. Quote, "This is definitely a rumor going around in WWE about what's going on with Naomi. And it's being talked about by people there. And if it is, in fact, what's going on, she's going to be out for a long time." Unquote.
Like I said, instead of guessing, just let them say it when they officially want to say it. Instead of starting these rumors. But like we said, hopefully we see her back sooner than later.
Why should it be something stupid like she had a stomach flu or she got food poison? These motherfuckers reporting she's pregnant.
Exactly. She just needed to spend a couple days on the toilet, get off her dick.
Never did that with men, you know? Roman's out.
Exactly.
He's got COVID. Why don't we say Roman's pregnant?
Well, unless you're Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He could be a seahorse.
Okay. Yeah, it's a possibility that Roman's a seahorse. We'll go with that one.
Male seahorses get pregnant, EJ. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Some
Roman
sorcery
could be
of
a
Roman
seahorse.
appeared.
Look Look at the way his head is shaped. He could be a seahorse.
He could be a seahorse. Okay, all right, but yeah, I get it.
But does fucking Dave Meltzer report that shit? Nope. You only get that kind of shit here on Boot to the Face.
There you go. Breaking news. You heard it first.
Roman Reigns a seahorse. Next time,
catch like wildfire.
And he's pregnant. That's why he misses so much work time. Motherfuckers getting knocked out. You talk about them kids he's got, it's because he's always pregnant.
Plot twist, you thought it was his wife that's the got pregnant.
Oh, pregnant ass Roman Reigns. Put him up there with drunk ass Alicia Edwards.
Oh man. Except the latter's actually true, but you didn't hear it from here.
Yeah, he did. I saw this shit firsthand at the Embassy Suites in Winston-Salem. Alicia was drunk as a motherfucker. I don't blame her. I was drunk too. You know?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being drunk.
She's a normal person.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Her husband was there.
Enjoy a lot. Like
Sammy Callahan was there. Big Show was fucking sitting in a chair that was too small for him behind us. There's a lot going on that night.
Sounds like something Big Show would do. Get your big ass a bigger chair.
He sat down in that chair and said, I'm not getting up. It was too much work getting in this fucking chair.
It ain't easy getting old when you're that big. I feel sorry for him.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Then when The Rock say, it's the big slow.
I'm all done, EJ, if you're done. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the listeners. The homie Brian from the Legendary Wrestling Figure Podcast. Who else do we want to shout out, EJ? Any personal shout out you want to give? No, you don't like anybody.
I got it. Oh, there you have it.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Did you have one?
You summed it up. I don't like anybody.
EJ said, fuck y'all, but keep downloading.
No, shout out to everybody in the Discord. Devin Admire, Retro House, all the Canadians. No, shout out to everybody.
Yep. For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Until next week, same time, same channel. Peace.
Yeah, Mr. Chaos.